My parsha is Shemot, and one major part that stuck out to me was how Moshe stood up for what was right. My question to you is, what do you think of when you hear the term standing up for what's right or what you believe in? I'm going to tell you all how standing up for what's right appears in Shemot. It shows that Moshe wasn't afraid to show equality to everyone. What I mean by this is Moshe didn't know he was a Jew, and he still stood up for someone who wasn't like him. Moshe sees an Egyptian whipping an Israeli. Moshe realizes and hits the Egyptian, killing the Egyptian, and then buries him. Standing up for what's right really means a lot to me because some things happen the way they shouldn't, like how people are put to slaves, but they shouldn't be, and Moshe tried to stop it. I've told you how standing up for what's right appears in the Parsha. I will tell you more that has happened in the world that have really showed me what's right. Malala. Malala is an amazing teenager because women and girls in Pakistan couldn't have or get an education and only do things like cook and clean. She was a hero because she was the only one who stood up for what was right. She never gave up, and when people tried to stop her, she never backed down. She's a great example of standing up for what's right, but there was something called the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire. This was a big problem because a lot of people died from it. The Triangle Shirtwaist Factory was a building that didn't let people have reliable sources to get out of the building. There was a big fire and the people couldn't get out and they died. People saw this wasn't right and said it wasn't okay to keep people in places like that, so it was stopped. One more example is MLK. He took everything around him very seriously. MLK was also a victim of what was happening near him, and he was the first one to come out and say that it wasn't okay what people were doing to him and his people. He believed in it so much he went against laws. All these things are so much alike, the Parsha, Malala, the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory, and MLK. But right now, 3 of them really stick out. Now, I would say if this wasn't my speech, I would probably be listening, but not taking it very seriously. And maybe some of you were thinking like, really? But it would most likely be true. But these people took it very seriously, like the 3 examples I just shared with you. Shemot, Malala, and MLK have something very big in common. They all were willing to give up their lives if it meant sacrifice would change what needed to be done.
Hi, Jessie. Mazel tov, I'm so proud of you. You did so good today, and you look so beautiful right now, and like at the party and at the service. And I love you, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life by your side.
Jessie, oh my god, I'm so proud of you. You did amazing. You spoke beautifully and you read Torah beautifully. I'm trying to finish this before I hiccup. Mazel tov, you look gorgeous. You are gorgeous. Keeping you. Love you so much. Mazel tov.
So, wow, how did we get to this moment already? Well, I can't remember all the little details along the way because you know that you're always asking me to tell you different stories about you as you were growing up and all. I do know that time has passed way too quickly. And as I reflect on the fact that you're about to put your talis on for the first time, and I'm going to try not to cry, and read from the Torah as about Mitzvah, I'm thankful that I have the memories that I do as I try to think of which sweet, crazy moment I want to embarrass you with right now. Jessie, nothing about you has ever been the standard or the norm, as people call it. Even from the very first day you came home from the hospital, I can remember that Daddy and I didn't go to sleep because we were waiting for you to wake up and keep us up all night because we just knew that you would be waking up for a feeding. After all, I don't think we slept one wink with Shay when she was home the first night. But you slept through the night, your very first night home, from midnight to 6 a.m. We thought for sure it was a fluke and you would keep our butts up the second night home, but nope. Midnight to 6 seemed to be your favorite time of day to sleep. And then as you got a little older, you loved to sing. But rather than picking one song and singing over and over again, you'd like to put a medley together of sorts, stopping your song from the middle, commanding permission to perform the next song, and making sure that everybody was on board with what you wanted to sing. And then there was soccer. I remember one of your first games on your first team at the J. You were all of 4, I think, and Daddy decided to give you a schooling on being aggressive, telling you that you have to be more aggressive and just to focus on that for the next part of the game. So you focused on it all right. Who cared where the ball was? Whoever was running, you caught up with them and knocked them down. We laughed so hard we cried. So cute and innocent how literally you took that and how eager you were to be the best at whatever task you were given in that moment. As you grew up, I think we somehow knew that soccer was going to be your chosen sport, yet as many parents do, we signed you up for every sport and quickly learned our lesson that it would be better for us if you just focused on one thing. But you were incredible at every sport we signed you up for, which today translates to a volleyball team, 2 basketball teams, select soccer, and track. A little bit more of a crazy schedule than we may have hoped for, but so rewarding for us to see what joy it brings you to be a part of a team and to excel at something you love. For most second children, they live in the shadow of their older sibling, get bossed around and manipulated and stay quiet about it, but you have found a way to shine while still looking up to your sister and loving the moments where she shines too. The two of you have such an incredible relationship. While most siblings grow closer with age, the two of you have such an incredible bond and love each other so much already. You are truly best friends. It warms my heart to know that you will always be there for each other. And then there were the ways you helped me. I can't count them. You always seem to know when I need a moment or when I need a good hug and snuggle. So intuitive at 12 years old, but the crazy thing is you have been that way since as far back as I can remember. You've inspired me in so many ways, Jessie. Watching you walk through the beat of your own drum while still going with the flow is not only refreshing, it's fascinating. I'm in awe of your ability to live in the moment while still juggling a million things at once. Your Omi and your Bubby would be so proud of you right now. And I feel them everywhere lately, helping us get through the day-to-day. I hear Bubby in my ear asking me if I've taken care of every detail or that detail for your special day, and if he'll own me next to me along the way. It's almost as if she were sitting next to me in the car as she usually did before a big event, running from one errand to the other and knocking out the tasks that needed to be handled. I think you have a little bit of both of them in you, and their legacy certainly lives on inside of you.
Well, it's not 12 tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I
We're going
have
to count it
your
down on
attention,
our
please?
time.